Why is it so difficult to get to Mars? Decades and decades after the moon landing, we are yet to send a manned mission to the Red Planet. As of this day, no single human has ever set foot on Mars. A total of 38 missions have been successfully sent to the Red Planet, all of which included orbiters, landers, rovers, and flybys. No single manned mission has ever been undertaken. But why? Mars is our next-door neighbor in the solar system, and we know for sure that it's a terrestrial planet that we can land on. Spaceships have also improved significantly since the moon landing in 1969. So why is it so difficult to get there? There are tons of reasons. Here are some of the biggest obstacles that may mean a manned mission to Mars is still decades away. 1. The most significant obstacle to the establishment of a human colony on Mars is the gigantic distance between the two planets. When Earth and Mars are closest in orbit, the distance between them is 225 million kilometers, or 140 million miles. A total of over 20,000 Earth-sized planets can fit within this distance. This immense distance means that even the fastest manned spaceship that can reach speeds of 39,000 kilometers an hour would take 273 days or 9 months to get to the Martian atmosphere. Such a lengthy journey is challenging to plan and is subject to too many risks. The mission itself is made up of many complex interconnected parts that have to work flawlessly during the entire 2-year to and from journey, which is a very high standard for systems created by humans. 2. The second biggest obstacle to the establishment of a Martian colony is cost. Space missions cost a ton of money, and by tons of money, we mean tons and tons of money. The Apollo mission to the moon in 1969, for example, cost a whopping $25 billion at the time. In today's economy, that would be $160 billion. This means that an outer space mission can only be done by big governments or big corporations. Since corporations have little to gain in terms of profits from an outer space mission, big governments such as the US, Russia, China, etc., are the only parties that can finance such a mission. This is if they can get the political support to spend that kind of money on a space program. NASA, the largest space agency in the world, currently has a budget of $28 billion, which is not enough to even recreate the Apollo mission. At the moment, Elon Musk's SpaceX is the only private company that has made actual progress towards an outer space mission. But even then, a real mission is still years away. The insanely high cost of an outer space mission, coupled with the fact that no monetizable value can be gained except new knowledge of the cosmos, effectively means that it will take years or even decades before the first human sets foot on Mars. 3. Mars itself, its atmosphere, and locally available resources are also key challenges that make planning a mission extremely difficult. First, Mars has little to no critical resources that astronauts will need if they are to land and make the return trip successfully. While some water is available, extracting it is challenging. Not to mention that there are almost no other resources locally available that astronauts can use. All resources therefore have to be brought from Earth, which means even higher costs will be spent on spaceships. Secondly, landing in the Martian atmosphere safely is something of a gamble. The Martian atmosphere is so thin that a parachute cannot work, but will still heat up a spaceship to significantly high temperatures. Creating a spaceship that can safely land in these conditions and be capable of a return mission is yet to be done. The challenging conditions on Mars itself make a potential mission significantly difficult. 4. The health and wellness of astronauts is also a major challenge. The first health hazard that astronauts will have to deal with is exposure to substantial amounts of radiation. Outside of Earth's magnetic field, astronauts will deal with a lot more radiation than they are used to, which can lead to a wide range of diseases, including cancer, since they have to stay in outer space for months. The low gravity on Mars can also lead to changes in the structural formation of the human body. Muscles will waste away, as most tasks require less energy and physical strain. Fluids such as blood will also not be redistributed in the body in the same way, which can also lead to numerous other health challenges. These challenges confirm what many have always suspected: a mission to Mars is still years away. Progress is, however, being made by both state-sponsored programs and private actors interested in the space race. Eventually, a landing will be achieved, which may be sooner than the year 2030.